Good morning.
What's up, Dom? Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday, buddy. How are you doing today?
I am wide awake. I had to
Right.
drop Junie off for day 2 of CU volleyball shagging. Did I
How'd it
mention
go
that
yesterday?
yesterday?
Yeah. How'd it go?
It seemed to go really well. It
Yeah.
seems like an awesome opportunity. I am ripe. I stink so bad right now, despite showering yesterday. Um, that's like the first thought that came to my head.
All right.
I didn't even do anything. Maybe
I was
just
gonna.
this.
That was my next question. Did you work out this morning or something?
No.
Like
So this shirt is like probably like one of the oldest shirts that I've owned.
embedded with your aura.
I think it might be plus 7 years here with
Okay.
this shirt,
All right.
but it's one of my favorites.
Nice.
Uh, how are you? How you doing?
Doing well. Stayed up a little bit past Dom time last night, so the wake up was a little bit harder, but my alarm went off, and as I was stirring, and then Bentley walked in, and he was asking Amy if she would take him back to his room to lay him back down, and she's like, "No, your dad's getting up to go in the gym. Why don't you just take his spot?" And I was like, "Oh, all right." It was like if it were any other week, I would have taken it as an insult, you know. But I am really trying to like get a daily uh get down here daily. Y'all know that. So
Mhm.
I took it as an excellent kick in the pants because I was struggling to get up on that alarm, and I was already thinking, okay, well, I have another alarm that's like 20 minutes before the show. Um that I could just use that one to be here and do the workout later. And then I most likely would have skipped the workout. So got it done. All good, man. Just s- sweating. I'm probably ripe too. Good morning, Paul. How you doing, buddy? Oh, don't do that. Okay, thank you. But yeah,
I should
we're
have worn
good.
my shirt too.
I know. I think about it when because I pull this shirt down and I like set it on the side. Um, and I don't work out in this shirt, so I can keep it as fresh as possible. It's like
Mhm.
I only wear it for the show randomly.
Yeah,
But yeah, I'll text you next time so
that
we can
particular
twin it.
shirt. It's I love wearing it,
Yeah.
but it's like just slightly too thick
Mm,
to
okay.
be
Yeah.
in my main rotation of t-shirts. I have
Yeah.
like I have like a whole drawer of t-shirts. You might too, but you probably have like
Hanging, but yes.
5 like your go-tos, the ones that you wear first.
Yeah.
Maybe,
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
maybe. Yeah.
And even though they get to like their 7 year apart and they're like starting to fall apart, you're like the way this one feels is just, you know, you feel stronger and you just look more handsome in the mirror.
Yeah. It carves you out, or maybe
Yeah.
maybe it's just the particular lighting of the space that you check yourself in, or
The other day I was
check your
having
fit.
I the other day I had to have a meeting with the neighbors on the new construction project, and I was rolling out my outfit of the day, and I was thinking to myself before that, I was like, "Oh, maybe I should dress a little nicer, a little bit more respectable." Um, and then I rolled out my outfit, and I saw the shirt, and I'm like, "Yes!" Like one of my top 3 shirts. I'm like, I'm gonna feel like a power player in this shirt. It was just like a t-shirt, dude.
Yeah.
But I
Um,
love a good t-shirt.
and then I have the like. There's one shirt that like Kristen says that she absolutely loves when I wear it, so I keep that. I save that. It's like every day when I look for a shirt, it's like it's like a slightly grayish bluish shirt. It's one of those shirts that it's like cut in a certain way.
Yeah.
So I save that for when we're gonna hang out, so
Mm,
I can just kind of like
yeah.
flex
Yeah.
some aura around my wife sometimes, whether I'm cooking or not.
Yeah. So I have a little recap of yesterday's page, right? So yesterday's page was like you get to be a chauffeur or whatever. And I didn't realize this, like honestly, when we were talking about the reading or anything like that. Right? No, that was yesterday or was it 2 days ago? That was
No,
2
that was
days ago.
yesterday.
No, it was the 13th. It was 2 days ago.
Already?
Um,
Jeez.
I know. Well, that's what happened to me too. Yesterday was keep them close.
Oh, right. Yeah.
But yeah, my book was on the 2 days ago chauffeur for some reason. And Fridays are my chauffeur day. So it was just like I got that. So that's why I didn't realize it yesterday. Gotcha. Now it all makes sense. But yeah, I definitely had to chauffeur a lot yesterday, in and out. Could not keep a charge on my car to save my life, but got to go everywhere. Got to see some goofy kids. Brooklyn was playing DJ while we were on our way to drum lessons, and just her putting on songs, and then her and Bentley singing together was super cute. Good morning, Greek Mike. How you doing, buddy? Um, Mike, are you the one? I think you just got a gift from Savvy or something like that. I think that was you. Correct me if I'm wrong, buddy, but I'm pretty sure that was you. I, I honestly, there's a couple of y'all that I just get so mixed up. Um, but I'm pretty sure that was you. Uh, like an OG Gary sweatshirt or something like that. It seemed pretty cool. I've never even seen it before. But anyways, so it was just fun. It was just fun getting to drive everyone around. And then one of the reasons why I was up late last night was Bailey was at a for her cheerleading. They had like a friendsgiving at someone's house. Thankfully, it was right down not too far down the neighborhood as us. It ended at 9 o'clock, and it was just funny the amount of people, parents that were all like lining the street to pick up the girls, and then just watching them, the girls walk out one by one in the rain, in their Uggs or their sandals. And then I look up and my daughter and two other girls are spinning around in the rain, like yelling and singing and whatever. And I'm just like, oh, like part of me was like, hey, dude, like I'm trying to go to sleep, like hurry the F up. And the other part of me was like, she's having a cute, fun moment with her friends, you know, like hold it in, Dom.
Yep. I
And then
had
she came in with like that sugar high, like that energy when you leave like a friend party and you're like singing and dancing in the rain. And I was like, okay, Dom, really like lock in, dude. Like it's a 5-minute drive home. Don't be a dick.
don't ruin this. Um, yeah, that's a great introduction to today's page too. I absolutely love today's page. Um, I woke up. It was the first thing I did. I read it just so it was on my head.
Hmm.
Today we're talking all about like the magic that kids notice
Yeah.
in like their first formative years, and I am currently surrounded by it. And I also experience it on the daily as a teacher as well.
Hmm.
So it hit really well today. Before we get into it, question I'm going to ask the people that are here with us
Our
today.
dead chat.
I see Paul. I see Mike. Thanks, boys. Thanks for jumping in with us today. The question I have an answer, but the
Okay.
question I have for you guys is, what is your first memory as a kid,
Oof.
as a child? Very first one. I have mine. And since today's Saturday, we've talked about doing this. I don't know if this is going to invite a bunch of spammers or not, but I'm putting the putting our room link in this chat here. First one in gets to join today. Or maybe just
Yeah, I mean, we still have the ability to boot, so.
maybe just Paul and Mike since they're here. But there it is. There's a link if you want to jump in, boys. My first memory that I remember remembering is, I think, pooping my pants, my diaper. I remember I was in the backyard with,
This guy.
I'm pretty sure it was my mom. There was a kiddie pool. It was in Franklin, New Jersey. No, was it Franklin? Franklin, New Jersey. And I kept throwing rocks into a kiddie pool, and I think I might have peed in the pool because for some reason, like those like granite 3/4 mix rocks and pee was something that I remember being a thing, or like a bucket of rocks. But
Yeah.
I remember standing beneath the tree,
So strange.
and it was an apple tree, or a crab apple tree. And I remember feeling something drop in my pants, and I thought it was an apple. But then, and this is something that I've put thought into, Dom. I think that was the first time that I remember like pooping my pants.
And that was like age 12?
That was like, sorry, I meant adult memory. Adult memory.
Oh man.
Um, no, I think that's the first thing I remember remembering.
That's wild.
And then also witches. I remember witches was a thing. There was a book. There was a storybook that had to do with witches, and that's when I thought witches were a real thing. And I
Mhm.
remember this was a dad memory. I was in the back of his lemon yellow VW Bug. I remember looking out the back window, and I could have sworn that I saw a witch on a broom fly by.
Okay.
And I'm like, I wonder what that was really. Like, was it a witch? Maybe it was a witch.
Hmm.
But those are the things that I remember thinking as a kid. So I asked Junie on our ride, our 5:30 a.m. drive in to the school for the bus to go down to Denver for her. I asked
Yeah.
her, like, what's the first thing that she remembers ever? And because I figured it would be a good question for her. And hers is horses, obviously. And she remembers the first horse that she pet. And I remember it was
Wow.
at Kira's birthday party. I think it was like maybe she was like first grade or kindergarten.
Okay.
Um, but it was at a horse. It was like a horse party where kids could like paint a horse. And she was
Like
very
actually
specific.
paint a horse?
It was a chestnut horse, and it was the first time I pet a horse. And I asked her, what do you remember noticing first, like on drives? And hers was like horses in the various pastures on our drive in the morning.
Nice.
Hazel is Tesla's. It's like she knows car brands. She knows Kristen's car brands. She knows like Chevy logos. She knows
Really?
GMC logos, and she recognizes all forms of Teslas. So like those are the
Okay.
things that this was the thing that kind of made today's page made me think of, was like, what do I notice my kids noticing?
Interesting. Yeah. That's cool.
So,
So like really how old do you think you were when that story happened? Because I'm trying to go back this whole time you've been telling the story. I'm trying to like go back and find memories. I know some stuff that happened. I'm trying to figure out which one was the first. A lot of it's referenced in like some pictures that I have, so I don't know if that's like kind of like a cheat code. Like I've seen like pictures of me at the certain places as a young kid, but I don't necessarily remember the memory. I remember the photo. I know what the place is, but I don't actually remember it. I'm sorry. I just
oh,
like that.
sorry, I was just clicking on Paul's comment here.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And then plush, I do have some of these shirts that Ryan gave me. Um, I think they're smaller sizes. So if you like happen to want or need or be a medium or a small, I can let you know. Um, and I would send it to you. Um, but anyways, so I don't know. I don't know my memories. I'm thinking of like, this house we had back when I would have been in the kindergarten to first grade era. I remember in that time frame, like my sister and I doing the whole like tie a rope to your tooth and then the doorknob and like trying to get the tooth out kind of situation. I also vividly remember a time where like we had this neighbor across the street and she would watch us as my mom was at work, like like in those like 2 or 3 hours after school where she wasn't quite home yet. And my sister and I were playing, and at some point I was outside and she was inside, but I had closed the screen door and she didn't see it, so she ran through the screen door. That was pretty funny. And then another time at that same house, yeah, I have a lot of memories from that house. But again, I guess that was about kindergarten and first grade, where one of our sitters uh, broke a wooden spoon over my butt.
Dang.
Because that used to be the form of punishment in the household, is getting a whooping with a wooden spoon.
No, we didn't get that.
We got
Another
all kinds of fun punishments in my household.
yeah, we got the I remember spanking was a thing for a short time. Very
My
short, like
favorite
maybe
my favorite one to tell people and my kids is like when we started cursing, my mom would give us a choice. She'd be like, "Do you want to eat a spicy pepper or would you like to chew on some soap?" And then one time she was like, "You want to try laundry detergent?" And I've tried all three.
and that's when the Tide Pod fad started.
Yeah,
It's all here, folks.
definitely
Yeah,
got
mine
soap. Yeah.
was I remember
Wash your mouth out with soap. That was the thing.
I remember it might have just been one time, I guess. But I remember like a spanking being threatened and me running down the downstairs hallway, hanging onto the banister and like slingshotting up the stairs and like trying to pull my
Narrow,
butt as I'm running
narrowly
up.
missing.
Like, whoa! I don't know. I don't even know if I'm making that up. I
Yeah.
might have heard that somewhere. Speaking of Paul, based on what we're talking today, something that came up to mind. I don't know if you are a fan of Black Mirror, the show on
And that's
Netflix.
the movie? No, TV show?
It's a
That was a
TV
movie
show.
first.
It's like
Oh.
it's all like all the bad things that can go with technology. It's really good. There is an episode with
Oh, yeah.
Paul
I've heard you talk
Giamatti.
about it.
If I
Okay.
oh okay.
I know who that
Um,
is.
but there's one with Paul Giamatti where this particular technology, everything takes place. Every episode takes place in like the near future, and there's this technology that you can like search and explore old photographs as you're looking for them, and
Okay.
it perfectly encapsulates the things you remember versus the things you might be making up. Um,
Huh.
I don't want to like spend time trying to describe it and totally ruining the story for everybody. But it's one of the last episodes. But that's a great episode on like the memories that we think we have correct in our heads, or the stories that we build up over time after seeing something for once. Seeing sorry, that is way too complicated of a thing I'm trying to re-explain right now. This
Way
early in
too
the morning.
complicated for this early in the morning with this show and this audience.
Yeah. Anyway,
Some people
yeah,
haven't even had coffee yet. Jason's going high level on us, everybody.
I've only had 1 Celsius so far.
Makes sense.
Um,
Yeah, I agree.
Another thing, so the page overall is kind of today like the magic that kids see. Those were the things on the way back that I was trying to remember, like all like the really cool, unique ways that the kids have noticed something or describe something. Like when I remember Kira when she was like 4 or 3, she couldn't pronounce R's yet, but it was raining. It was like the spring, and like that's when all the earthworms come up and they're all over the sidewalks.
Mm-hmm.
And she thought they were all snakes, like baby snakes,
Yeah.
and she was calling them all like nakes or something, or woins.
Yeah.
That was adorable, but that's like one of those things where like I was definitely in the moment. Like I was, I was fully invested. Definitely one of like the best. Mike, it's called Black Mirror. It's on
You said
Netflix.
Netflix.
Yeah, it's very binge worthy, and you feel kind of creepy and uncomfortable after every episode, but you keep going. Uh, I don't know if I'm ever at the point, like one of the things that the page brings up is like how we are frequently like wrapped up in our adult lives and schedules.
Uh-huh.
I don't think I frequently, I don't, that doesn't really seem like a frame of mind that I'm normally in, mostly because I'm surrounded by kids most of the day.
Yeah.
And a large part of my job is explaining, breaking down, and demonstrating these things that I've been doing for decades for kids. So I constantly get to see what kids' viewpoints are
Hmm.
on very regular things that adults are used to. And that is one of the things that keeps me, it definitely keeps me young, because I'm constantly having to think like a 12-year-old.
Yeah. I wonder if that's like a, a weird, not weird, but like a parenting, and not a hack either, but it's like you have this like huge advantage over some of the rest of us, that like you're in you're in the kid, like you surround yourselves by kids. And so you obviously have to have another level of patience, understanding, seeing it from their point of view. Like a lot of the things that we talk about in this book as a teacher, um, you develop that over your years. Like your first year, you probably didn't have that so much,
Not
especially
at
if you were
all.
in your
I was like,
20s.
why don't these kids know how to do these things?
Yeah. Whereas now, and it's like that's how you are as a first time parent. You're like, I don't understand. I already showed you how to tie your shoes. Just do it. But as a teacher, you've probably taught the simplest form of art, whatever it is, like a million times over. It's teaching you great patience.
Yeah, and kids always see it like, so for like, for example, at this particular time, um and this is I think this is probably something that like many art teachers do, but uh when you start teaching like color theory and the science of color and light,
Yeah.
one of the things that I do is I will, whatever, whether it's like we're painting. Most of my classes there, we're doing painting in multiple forms. And one of the things that I'll do is I'll take away like all of the colors except primaries and black, and just give them red, yellow, blue, and white, and just figure out how to mix
Hmm.
every other single color with that. And that's like a super simple way for them to figure things out for themselves. Um, but it's also, it's like, even like sixth grade, it's like in my head, it's like, how do they not know how to mix orange? There's no blue and orange. What are you, an idiot? I don't say that. I'm just do
Inside
something.
maybe.
But it's like, it's the way, like with this extremely limited choice of color palette, it's like the things that they try to do to get a result are very much hilarious.
Yeah. Like
Wanting to,
we've done a couple of those paint classes, or what, the paint, and I don't know what it is, where you sit in a room with a bunch of, and it's just that it I like that part, like the mixing. Like, you go there, and the lady will be like, "Oh, there's here's these two colors. You just need to get these two colors." And I'm like, "What do you mean? Like, how are we?" I'm looking at the painting like the done painting, and I'm like, "How do I get there?" With just this like four, like give me more. And then she goes through, and that's like super cool. You just like put a little dab of this in it. And it's like, oh my God, this is like, I forget that I like learned this in school, like put
yeah.
blue and yellow and
Well,
you get
I can
green.
imagine like the sip and paints.
Yeah.
I did that once with mom, and it was a great time. And it's like, it was like one of the few times where I wasn't teaching, but
Yeah.
it was just very fun sitting with adults doing something that kids do again.
Hmm.
Um, and
The
even like,
fun ones are when you can bring your daughters too.
Yeah,
They have kid classes like that. I mean,
that's a
I
great
get I
daddy
guess it's not
daughter
that much
date.
fun if you have all of that stuff in your basement right now. So
Yeah,
you do your own sip and paint with your family.
I also have that here. I don't know if they would stand me for that long. Mama Bear plush Brian. I dropped the link to today's room if you want to join. It's
You trying
Saturday.
to go all
We,
morning?
we might have a little bit more time. I don't know. I still got things to do.
I have a lot to do today.
Yeah, I
So click the
probably
link if you
do.
want to say hello.
Yeah, if you want to jump in, say hi, and maybe make a plan for next time.
I think you and I need to bounce back a names list. And I don't know if we start a group chat, like a new group chat. I don't know that I like that idea, but I also don't want to spam the V Parents chat because I know there's people in there that aren't necessarily like watchers of the show. So I don't know the best way, but just to try to figure out next week or the next 2 weeks who wants to come on what day and just kind of organize it. Um, Kind of my thought on that, having people up, who's good, who's
I think that's probably a better plan than dropping the link 25 minutes into the show, like I'm doing
yeah.
right now. Yeah, yeah, we've been
I
talking for
just
like
need
2
to
weeks
I
straight
just
here,
need
Dom.
to I just need to start making the list. Um is what I need to do. And I think if you and I just go back and forth a little bit, you can help me remember the names, but I think I got, I think I got it.
Yeah, I know David's on there. All of you all y'all, all y'all should come on at some point. Give a little bit of recognition to the people who join us every morning.
Yeah. you're all you're all good, Paul. You're still in the toddler phase or the baby phase, right? But yeah, I definitely want to catch up with Paul because Paul's the new dad. And Greek Mike. Greek Mike's is your son's 2 months old? 1 month? So definitely got to circle back.
Super young. Yeah, I would love to
Yeah,
revisit
we
that. Like, I don't know what advice I would impart, but like,
mm,
what things would I want to be open to noticing with such a young new kid?
yeah, today's is a good page, just uh, looking at it through the child's eyes. I think a lot of what it is for the advice for a new parent is just slow down your life. Like try to take as much out of your life as you can. Like if there was ever a time where you can like pull back on work and pull back on the friend group a little bit or pull back on hanging out with your family so that you can just like sit there and soak in like every moment of that little infant's curiosity in today's is pay like like take them to the park and just like walk slowly around the park and watch his or her eyes like dart around and looking at every little thing, like put them in new environments, like touch and feel environments, like I'm thinking like on the grass in some sand, like just watch their face, like a baby's face the first time they get like sand stuck to their hands is just like that's a moment right there. Obviously, you have to watch out for the next moment where they put it in their eyes. So be ready to like, stop their hands because that's like their first inclination is from hands to mouth to eyes.
Yeah, that's like
But it's still like adorable, you know?
that's a make or break for beach time right there.
Or like the first time they get something sour. Like, man, I used to love giving my kids sour stuff that
Yeah,
just like that. And then they want more. Like it's something about sour that like they like, oh, wait, give me more.
yeah. Giving your infant just a lick of a lemon is
Yeah.
gold.
Yeah.
Chef's kiss.
If you're ever having a bad day and you happen to have an infant nearby,
Hmm.
it's basically the only reason to keep lemons in your house unless you're like a cook.
Yeah. What else? Put the phone away. Close the screen.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I'm so torn on that. Like, is it
oh, we got
like
Mama Bear. Mama Bear's in.
Good
There we go.
morning.
Good
Hey
morning,
there.
Mama Bear.
Good morning, guys.
What's going
I'm
on?
trying not to freeze out on my back porch, or what sitting your children down in a pile of crinkly leaves.
Yep. We don't have those here in Southern California, but yes, I
Uh,
imagine that'd be great.
We have them at my house. Um, Look, we
Oh,
have
nice.
crinkly
Yep.
we have we've crinkly leaves. We even threw them in the fire pit last night.
Well, yeah,
Trying,
fire. Fire is a great one
oh,
too.
Oh,
yes,
yeah. But don't let them
because
touch it, right?
but don't let their first experience with fire be at hibachi when the guy throws the alcohol in.
Yeah.
That was a big major parenting fail, but I learned with the second child not to do that.
Yeah, the onion volcano.
Yes, when it just
Yep.
yeah. uh,
Fireworks are another cool one. I mean, there's just so much like that's again that's what this page is saying. There's just so much to show them. And then that's what keeps, like Jason was saying earlier, that's what keeps us young because we've seen it all. And so you get a little jaded. Like you're like, fireworks, whatever. I've seen them a
we
million
forget.
times.
You forget the awe, and I think
Yeah.
that's a part of it is people are like, well, you need to grow up, you need to mature, and you need to, and I call them stuffed shirts, and I'm like, no, we don't need to be so much about a stuffed shirt as just
Hmm.
recapturing the awe of every day. And
Yeah.
little kids and being around children, they are naturally inherently awful filled with every day, and I try to remind myself like, oh yeah, that's great, babe. And they're like, but mom, and I'm like, you're right, you're right.
Yeah,
The first
Yep.
time you have seen that spider hanging over my head, I saw it the last 5 minutes, and I'm trying not to burn the house down. Yes, I will hurt myself and you as we burn the world down to get away from the spider.
yeah. Mama Bear, the question we asked at the beginning of the show, I don't know if you were here,
No,
is
I wasn't yet.
what is what's the first memory that you remember as an infant or toddler or a
Yep.
kid?
This is funny because we lived in Okinawa. My parents were missionaries, so we lived in Okinawa, Japan. And my brother cut his hand because they were making mud pies. I was I was like 2.5, 3, and he had cut his hand and wanted to wash his hand off in the a rain bucket, in the bucket. And the week before, they had been throwing bottles from the construction site into the bucket. And so
Uh-huh.
no one, of course, it was this, this was the 70s. And he and my sister, they were wiping their hands off, and he just cut a rainbow arc in the middle of his palm. And so we had to take him to the doctor. And it was this Japanese doctor because weren't military, we were just civilians. And I remember my personal memory, so I had to, get the backstory. My personal memory is looking up and then looking up and then looking up at those doors, standing on the step because the doors were just like the biggest, and they were ornately carved. And the more I looked and the taller they got, the more there was to see. And I just remember, like even now, I remember just those. They were just. I'm like, is anybody strong enough to get them open? It was my thought, right? Who's gonna open these doors? And then tied to that memory is the doctor had a buttons all down his neck to his shoulder and all down his beautiful crisp white coat, and all I wanted to do was play with the buttons, and I had to be still. it, it was the best and worst moment of my life. So that's my earliest memory.
That's
That's
awesome.
awesome.
That's a
Yeah.
that's a lot of great detail.
Oh, cool. How long were you guys in Japan for?
We were there 2 years.
And were
So
you guys anywhere else after that or before that? Like,
I was
when did you guys
born in
land in the
Germany.
States?
No, I was
Okay.
born in Germany, so we lived in
All right,
Germany
I gotta
for.
I gotta get my dog. Jump the fence.
Oh
Uh,
no, poor dog.
Jesus.
Live
sorry.
Poor
free for
dude.
a moment, dog. Live free.
Okay,
Run with the wind.
I gotta go. I love you all, Mama Bear.
Take the camera with you and just run.
Take us on the
maybe.
journey.
Okay, I gotta go. Bye.
See ya.
Okay, morning. Oh, poor dog. At least the dog will
Mhm.
get to live free for like a half a minute, right? Oh,
Yes.
but that's so funny. No, so we lived in Germany. I was born in Germany, and we lived in Germany for my parents and my family did before that. And then we were in Okinawa, then we went to North Carolina and then Florida. And then from Florida, we went back to Germany, and I spent 11 years in Germany from 86 to 97.
Okay. Nice.
So
That's
it was
awesome.
a, I feel,
Oh,
sometimes I
cool.
feel more German than I feel American, especially when I drive, because I'm like, this is the left lane, get over. Like, this is the left.
Yeah. Especially because the people in America drive so much slower, and you're like, come on,
Oh my gosh. Well, they
sit on the
drive slower
autobahn. Let's
because they
go.
don't know what people are going to do.
Yeah.
Right? And in Germany, they tell you, they're like, no, there's only one way for the driving, and you're driving this way, and this only this way. You can't do what you want. It's the driving and the rules. And I'm like, I didn't go to the driving school. It takes 3 years. I'm good. I'm okay. I'm going to do what I want. Like, I'm going to. So you have this like juxtaposition between this is the way people drive, but then it's like,
Yeah.
man, I don't want to do that today.
All right. I don't know. I don't know if anyone else just figured this out, but I kind of need more Mama Bear German accent in my life. So that was just a like that wasn't on my list for Saturday today. So I don't know if anyone feels that, but that was
Oh
awesome.
gosh, that's funny. Thanks.
Um, yep, St. Paul agrees with me. Thank you. But yeah, that's so cool. See, this is,
Yeah.
I mean, we always talk about this. This is like the reason why we invite people up here is like I would have never known that. Who knows your story? Other people probably, but that's a cool
No,
part
I
about
don't get to
this.
talk about that part of my life a whole lot because I work, right? My social media part is work. So for me,
Mm,
it's a lot of like focused on how is this going to look at the larger brand? How is this going to look, I
gotcha.
do look at as Mama Bear as my brand, right? Um because I have it's not my persona. I am who I am, but
Mm-hmm.
I have constantly like there are things I just don't do. Like it's not a secret that my dad was a pastor. It's not a, it's not a secret that I grew up that way. I don't talk a lot about my husband's career yet because he just recently retired, and so there's a lot of he's just asked not to. So
Yeah.
we've moved a lot. This is our 13th move in 24 years,
Ooh.
so that it can be a lot. This is my new second coat of blue paint on my home, and as a
Change the
contractor.
color or it just failed and you
Oh
gotcha.
no, change the color. Because the first one wasn't even fully cured. It was dry, but it wasn't cured yet. And
Mm.
my husband drove down and he goes, "Absolutely not. That is at a beach house. Yes, in the mountains. No." So
That's
yeah,
funny.
we had to go darker. But it was a lot of fun. So we've done a lot of things over Zoom. We've done a lot of things because we just couldn't get there, and we
Yeah.
choose different things. Like we've never chosen a home or chosen furnishings or anything like that with roots, and now this time we get to put roots down.
Yeah.
And
That's awesome.
yeah, especially for our children, but every one of them, both of them, um miss different things about different parts of where we've lived.
Yeah.
But the good news is, like, I pick up St. Nicholas Day is December 6th. And so December 6th is the beginning of, the Christmas season because that's St. Nicholas Day. And so we celebrate, we put our shoes out and you get coal and candy and, sticks. You get a little bit of everything. And then we also celebrate Three Kings Day. And so that's not really my religious tradition, but Three
Hmm.
Kings Day is Epiphany Day when the three kings come and visit baby Jesus, and then they write, their initials on the doorpost. That's sacred for me.
Yeah.
I grew up that way. You get candy, you get rocks. It's all
Hmm.
good. Makes everybody happy, but it's also my Christmas tree can't come down any earlier than that. Like it has to stay through that week, but that next
Okay.
week. So it gives
Yeah.
a really good boundary for Christmas time. For so it's I stole that from the Germans. I stole the Bella Befana witch. in the spring, she spring cleans the house, and you hang this little tiny, Bella Bafana witch in the window. She's your,
Yeah,
your blessing. She cleans the old out, is what they, you know. So I don't. There's no religious, attachment to me for that. It's just that's things we've stolen from where we lived.
tradition. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
I think
become
that
our
just
family tradition.
yeah, and it helps ground you guys even though that you're moving and living in different areas, different houses, different neighborhoods, different schools, all that stuff.
And nowhere near family.
Yeah.
That's been difficult because people, I'm like, oh, can we borrow your parents? And they're like, why? I said, because we miss our I
Yeah.
don't have my grandparents, and I want to be around grands.
Mhm.
I'm like 50s
Yeah,
German
that
and
can be
have never
tough.
connected. Oh,
That could be
it's
tough, like,
so
without
great.
family. I
Yeah.
mean, if you come from a good family, like, I'm mixed, like, I love my wife's family, so we stay close to them, and they stay around with us, my family not so much, but it definitely helps, like, Jason, he's had his mom with him for the last couple weeks because his wife's been off on and off traveling. I think I want to say Blaze or someone I know moved their parents moved right, across the street. And
Oh, I love
that
it.
kind of stuff is super cool. Our friends out here, their dad lives on the same block as them. It's definitely helpful,
Mm.
especially during those kids and those pickups and all those events and then watching the grandparents come to all the events, like it's just that extra layer. Like I didn't have that when I grew up, but like my kids, like my mother-in-law came out on a Wednesday just to watch my son get an award, and it was just like one of those like standard, like, you go to school, here's an award, because he's in first grade. So it was
Yay, you
nothing like
showed up.
crazy. But she went to it, and I know that makes him happy seeing his grandmother there. She came to all the football games for my daughter, who was cheerleading at them. So just, yeah, it's tough to not have them. Um, and if you do have them, definitely treat it as a blessing.
It's you don't think about it until like when my dad passed in January. So it's only been 9 months,
Okay.
maybe closer, a little bit over. And my mom is coming on the 20th. So it's my mom's 75th birthday. So she's spending her 75th birthday in the morning with my sister and gonna have breakfast. And then she's gonna fly into us at, 10:30 at night and spend the evening of her 75th birthday with me, the youngest. And I'm gonna take
Yeah.
her to Waffle House because I'm a good daughter.
Yeah.
We're
And then
gonna
she's
use
staying
her
with you for like a couple months, right?
through we said through February. My dad's passing, the anniversary is January 23rd. So our
Okay.
heart is to keep her through the firsts. Like
Yeah.
every major first, we kids have lobbied. Like we're just like, too bad, mom, we love you, but that's not gonna happen. You're staying with us. And
Yeah.
in so we're readjusting the house now, which we built the house knowing she would probably going to come with us, and
Hmm.
then being able to incorporate her into our everyday. She's my
Holidays.
best friend. She is my
That's
best
awesome.
friend. And so she's
Where
like,
is
but I
she
want to be
at
a
in comparison
burden.
to you?
Florida. She lives in Florida, but she's currently in Washington State.
Okay. Got it.
So, but I got a new car coming in December. So my husband bought me an Odyssey, which I did not, it
Yeah.
was not on my radar because I'm not a minivan girl. I'm an SUV. I'm an old school Bronco girl. That fits
Okay.
me, but I also
Nice.
want a Cadillac, right? So if
Okay. Appreciation. Yeah.
if if Cadillac made a luxurious Bronco, I could
Hmm.
just run right over everybody and be happy. Like I'm nice all day long, but if I got to get somewhere, I'm going. Like, let's go.
Yeah.
So I'm
No
I
German cars though, huh?
no, I would totally, but they're not big enough. Like
Yeah.
I would have a Mercedes. They ride like a cloud. Um, I do like a VW. We have one. Our VW can't kill it. Like you can't kill a VW. I
Yeah,
loved
that's
about
what's right behind me. My wife has a VW. She absolutely loves it.
which one does she have?
And I think that Oh, she had a RAV4 for a minute, but she's basically had VWs the majority of her life. So when I met her, she had a Cabrio, the convertible, and she absolutely
Cabriolet.
like loved
Yes.
that thing.
Yes.
And then we moved her into, I don't know what else, but right now it's the Atlas. It's the big one.
I wanted to do the Atlas. The problem I had with the Atlas was the ratio, right? My husband's a car guy. So we have
Mm,
Mustang GT 5.0, whatever beast in there. It's a
hmm.
2014. And then we also have a Hellraiser Purple Challenger
Ooh,
wide body.
okay.
Um,
All right.
yeah, so it's beautiful, right? So we enjoy pure horsepower, but we also have the sporty, peppy, rides on rails Volkswagen, Golf. So we have all of it. We got it all. And then I was looking at a Navigator, but we couldn't get exactly. And the more I thought about it with my mom, and I'm like, I found a used one that was like 70, but I'm like, for 70, you're like,
Yeah, they're
my
so expensive
sticker
now.
shock got me. So that was
Yep.
fun. It was fun, but the practical one, my pragmatic side, even though I can be accused of being
I mean, look,
impractical.
if you still have the Mustang and the Challenger in the garage, like you only need to rock that Odyssey for like certain things, and
When when I want to go
you
on a
get in the
trip,
good shit and have some fun.
well, that's somebody goes. Somebody asked my husband. We pulled up at the Publix, which is a grocery store. And the guy goes, what kind of, I live at the base of the Appalachian Mountains. So
Okay.
he goes, what kind of mileage does that thing get? And my husband said, well, I don't really have it for gas mileage. And he goes,
Yeah. Like I don't give a
well,
shit.
how many miles can you get between fill ups? And my husband goes, depends on the day.
Yeah.
You don't take it on a trip without passing a gas station, that's for sure. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Depends on how I'm feeling. Like if the kid's yelling at me and I'm fucking redlining that thing, it is what it is. I'm redlining it right to the gas station.
oh, for sure. And we took it to the drag strip a couple times, and the
Ooh,
guy told him,
okay.
he says, the guy told my husband, he goes, you have to have a helmet, and you're gonna have to build you a cage. And he goes, this thing is way too fast. And he goes, it's only about 11 seconds. He goes, sir, that's way too fast. And we were like, okay, I guess that's too
Yeah.
fast. It's a lot of
Damn.
fun though. It is a lot of fun. Like, and it's naturally aspirated. We did put a Cobra Jet intake in on it, and that makes such a huge difference between sucking gas in. And the next part we're going to do is the exhaust. It does need a better exhaust because it's just a big
Mm-hmm.
breather. You just want to burn gas, right? Just
Yeah.
burn gas as fast as you can. So it's
So cool.
we love it. Like, I love it. We go to car shows. We take you to the drag strip. We love NASCAR. We
It's a
love
whole
F1.
life. There's so much. It's a whole life.
It's a whole vibe. It's just
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, I
It's
did that
just
for a little bit with Jeep. I
oh
got
yeah,
really into Jeep and off-roading and stuff like that. And the same thing. Car shows,
right,
upgrades,
right.
going outdoors,
The
camping,
ducks.
overlanding, all that
Oh no,
stuff.
I don't camp. I don't camp. My idea of camping, and I've said this a couple of times. People are like, "Oh, you're a glamper." I'm like, "No, no, I'm not actually." My idea of
Yeah.
camping is that the hotel doesn't have a restaurant. That's
Yeah.
actual camping.
That's as camping as I can go.
I'm like, I have camped
Oh man, that's
more as
funny.
a child than I ever want to camp. In fact,
Yeah.
okay, my aunts and uncles came, and my parents' aunts and uncles came to Germany. We had a 9-passenger van, and so there's three across in the front, and in my the gear shift was in my knee, right? Because
Yep.
everything is straight drive.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So the gear shift is in my knee. I have this giant atlas that's this big, this massive atlas, and I am the navigator.
Yeah.
So 3 weeks we drove loops from our house to different countries and different places. And we had
Okay.
blow up
Nice.
rubber air mattresses. And guess who got the
Oh
one with the leak?
no. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
So you're like
so
never again.
no, I'm done.
You're
I'm
like
totally
honey, 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 make that money because I'm not staying in a tent.
my husband's 10 years older than me, and so he is like, he goes, don't worry. He goes, I am so over it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there gets to be a time when your body can't handle that stuff anyways, and who
Right.
wants to, use the restroom in the woods and stuff like that. I
No.
mean, I did all my stuff like solo and with other people that were in the life. Like I
Yeah.
definitely didn't bring the family. Whenever we would do off-roading things, it would be near a hotel or near a Airbnb, and then I would off-road during the day. But yeah, I had a 2020 Jeep Rubicon, and then I
Oh, those are
lifted
nice.
it, put it on 35s, front end, rear end, all the stuff, and had so
Yes.
much fun with it. But I was into it like in a hardcore amount of dollars, and then we moved further away, and my wife was like, "Hey, we're like, yeah, we're moving further away from your work. You have to commute to work, but like you're going to be closer to the mountains. Like there's literally a mountain right behind us and a trail
Yeah.
right behind me." And but the commute with the Jeep, like it
It's way too
destroyed the
much.
tires. I was
Right.
putting miles on it like crazy. It cost me $700 a month in gas. And
Wow.
yeah, so I
That's
finally
a
like
lot.
sold it, and broke my heart a little bit, but at the same time, like in the 3 years that I had it, I went everywhere you could possibly go locally, and I had done everywhere like a number of times, and it was getting to the point where I was starting to plan like further trips. Like I was thinking about Utah and
Yes.
all these other places, and then I don't even know how I would have ever done that, because like taking a week off to go tool around in Utah, like I'm not there. So it was
Yep.
probably for the best. It all happens for a reason, like that kind of
Yes.
story. And if the itch is still there in 10 years, when I've leveled off through this point in my life, and I
Yeah.
want to do it again. I mean, I used to Jeep with, senior citizens, so I know
Oh, yeah.
it's a you don't ever have to stop kind of hobby.
You don't. It's like the guys at the car shows, right? Like it doesn't.
Yeah.
There's one guy. He's so advanced in his age. So I try to say things without being cranky or mean. He's an
Hmm.
old dude. I mean, I think he's 92. So
Yeah.
his 65-year-old son drives him, but he built this Beetle, and he can't
Okay.
even drive it anymore. But his son brings him and but he sits out there and he tells you about rebuilding this Beetle and how many hours it took him and what
Nice.
special paint he mixed and how, and then you're just like, I that
And you see a little
fire.
flutter in his eyes. Yeah.
Yes.
The
I mean, like
love.
his eyes look like
Yeah.
he's 12, even
Yep.
though his body is in his 90s. I can't talk right now.
Keeps him young.
I can't talk. So
I
sorry.
only got a couple more minutes, so
Yep, I know. Well, it's that fire never goes away, right? That passion
hmm.
for horsepower, that passion for
Yeah.
performance never really goes away.
Yep. Yep. It keeps us young.
It does, and it's like I try to feed that with my girls because I have my one daughter is obsessed with 3D printed things right now, so she finds
Oh,
big
fun.
things and little things and all the things, and we bought her a pen, and I just put
Nice.
the floss or whatever it's called in my Amazon cart for her. So there's
Uh-huh.
all different things that I've done through the
Yeah.
years. But I try to feed, and I'm sad that Jay is his name Jason Jay.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah,
Yep.
because my little girl is extremely art talented, like
Yeah.
gifted. Like there's a school in Colorado. They wanted her to come because she writes with both hands at the same time, like colors, two
Oh,
different colors, or
wow. Yep.
you know, we
Okay.
haven't fostered that part, but she can,
Oh,
and
cool.
she can sculpt anything in the world. So trying to figure out outside of being in an actual school and art world, how do I feed that?
Yeah.
Because my stick people need help.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah.
So
I would just say DM Jason. Ask
yeah,
him the
I will.
question. I mean,
That'll be
he
good.
unfortunately had to go, but you
Yeah,
you have his attention anyways. You can just come on here at any time and ask him
yeah,
questions.
that'll be great. That'll be great. I hope he finds his dog without a lot of difficulty and everything. So that'll be a lot of fun.
Dogs
So
are so funny. It just cracks me up. Like they have such a spoiled life, but then
yes.
like if you open the door, like for the most part, they will run. And it's like, hey, dummy, like where are you gonna go? Like, really? All right, fine, go on a run. Like sometimes I think I want to do that. Like I leave the doors open all the time, and my wife's like, hey, um,
You just want to go chase a dog for a couple of hours.
yeah. Jason just texted saying fence jump times 3 in 10 minutes. So they keep jumping over, is what
Oh
he's
my,
saying basically.
oh my gosh, those
Hilarious.
poor dogs.
Running
Oh,
is dumb. Yeah, exactly, bro. Fit. Thank you. It's just
running is dumb.
well, and I got a chubby little like sleeps all day Frenchie, so he's not even gonna get far. So I always tell my wife, I'm like, where's he gonna go? Like he's not going like he's going around the block maybe, and then you'll find him on the other side, just like just like
That's
laid out on someone's driveway. Like it's too hot. It's like it's winter, bro. It's not too hot.
my dog won't leave more than like 10 feet away from me. So I don't have that problem. He's
Yeah.
4 pounds and he doesn't leave my side. I barely, I mean, it's almost impossible that I can actually breathe without him, there to help
Yep.
keep my respirations going.
You're an emotional support human.
You know,
Yeah.
I knew it. That would make a great shirt. We should find a shirt guy.
We have one. He's just really horrible. We're expecting shirts in 2030.
That'd be great. I'll place my order tomorrow. That'll be good.
All right. Well,
Well,
thanks
this
for
has been a
jumping
lot of
on.
fun. Yeah, we'll do
Yeah.
it again. We'll do it again.
Yes,
We
for
can plan
sure.
ahead too, so that'll be
Yep.
even better.
I
Yeah,
got you on my list to
that sounds
to
good.
to add to the club.
And
So
you can send
thank
me a
you.
DM on X or wherever my
Hmm.
ex.
That's where
We'll
it'll
talk about
be.
that later. That'll
Yep,
work.
that's where it'll be.
Okay,
Thank
that
you.
sounds great.
Have a
Thank
great
you. Have a
weekend.
great day, you guys.
All right, we'll talk to you later. See you, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate y'all. And we will most likely be back tomorrow. Like I said, I got friends coming over tonight. I've been up early, all that kind of stuff. Um, I'm gonna shoot for tomorrow. But yeah, man, this has been great. It was good to talk to Mama Bear finally. And we'll see who comes up tomorrow. And if Jason ever gets his dogs back. All right, people. Later. Music. Oh, sorry, guys.